Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. In this video, I'm going to use my headset and just see if the sound quality is a little bit better. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear the in-game music because apparently I can't record in-game music. So it is what it is. And let's go ahead and give the top three what they need. So it looks like a lot of people have already completed Hell 100. That's absolutely fine by me. I still have 17 days left before the next one comes out, so not too worried about it. So I'm going to jump in to Nightmare, difficulty stage 100. So let's have a look. So this is the Soul Feast Spore. Immune to all damage, loses 1 HP if affected by Corrode. Maximum of 1 HP can be lost each round. So it depends on how much HP this guy has, or these Soul Feast Spores have. Deals 200% damage to one time to the enemy in slot 1. Immune to all damage when the boss is alive, and loses 1 HP when receiving the Corrode effect. Maximum of 1 HP can be lost each round. So yeah, unfortunately, you can't just cheese it with Corrode. So let's jump in. In fact, we didn't even check what the boss does. How silly of me. Deals 100% damage to a random enemy. Cast, 20% battery left. Cast in round 1. Do I even have Do Not Disturb on? I do not. Unbelievable. Unprofessional. Comment down below, or subscribe if you want to see more unprofessionalness. Deals 200% damage to all enemies one time. Applies 1 stack of non-dispellable enchantment effect to self, and this increases attack by 100% for 99 rounds. This effect can stack. Okay, cast in round 2, cooldown is 3 rounds, so every 3 rounds, going to be increasing his attack by 100%. Deals 500% damage, that is the highest number I've seen on one of these bosses. Oof. Crazy. 1 time to the enemy in slot 1. If the total number of corrode stacks on the battlefield does not exceed 100, restore 5% of max HP. And the damage taken from a single attack will not exceed 1% of max HP. Now, it looks like to me, in order to get this damage reduction, we need to go for an Ethereals build, but in order to beat the boss, it looks like we need to apply at least 1 stack of corrode per round to each of these Soul Feast spores, and then that way we can get this boss down, because it's mercenary, immune to all damage while the boss is alive, loses 1 HP, maximum of 1 HP can be lost each round. Doesn't say anything about damage reduction for this boss. So let's jump in. I honestly have no idea where to start. However, I think, for me personally, the best option, honestly, would be Gaia. If you have a copy of Gaia, run Gaia. If you don't have a copy of Gaia, let's go ahead and see what other options there are available. So we have the Glacians here, and we can also test out, in fact, yeah, because what I want to do is I want to run this team, and then potentially have Cleo in there as well. And the reason for that is because we have the Thornbinders synergy effect active. So what that means is when taking damage, allies will have 33% chance to negate the damage. Because I don't think we can stun or freeze these enemies here. So having, say, Dullahan and Talos on wouldn't be a great idea, but we also want this damage reduction as well. So what we can do, say we don't have you, and we don't have you. So we've only got Lancelot, Astrid, and Cleo as well. If we take out Cleo, we have Astrid and Lancelot. Let's go and have a look at our Ethereals. So we can go with these two as well. Then we've got, so we could have 3 Thornbinders and technically two Glacians. Now, if I had leveled up my Hope Tree properly, we would be able to activate that Season 6 Glacian synergy, as well as the Thornbinders synergy as well as the Season 6 Ethereals and Season 6 Mystifiers as well. I think that is probably how we're going to have to do it next time next time this resets. I think that would be the best team. Let's go ahead and just see what other people have run as well. So it looks like a mix of a Valianter in Elmer, so in that slot one, they take no damage whatsoever. Makes sense. Then you've got Audrey, Seraphina, Lancelot, and so having two Glorians in there is the way that people have chosen to go with this, as well as Mystifier. So a lot of people are using Lancelot. They've got a 1-star Gaia there as well. But yeah, so it looks like Astrid. Yeah, and it's the Glorians synergy that's doing it. It's Seraphina that everybody runs, apparently. It's the most consistent. You do have Karnak in there as well to provide healing. So it seems as though healing is the way forward on this one. Except this one. This is just pure Mystifiers. And I think because Gaia is 2 stars there, and you have a number of other excellent units, it looks like, yeah, that can be one potential way to go. So it looks like Glorians for the win here, so we won't need to use this damage reduction. Now, the reason that everybody's gone for Glorians is, if I just hop out here, jump into the Hope Tree. If we have a look at Glorians, as you can see, the Hunter's Synergy, this is what I've been going on about. 40% of healing received is converted into defense, up to 250 million defense or additional defense, and 40% of healing received is converted into attack, up to 250 million additional attack. Then you've got 80% and blah blah blah, goes upwards from there. That is why people are using Glorian Synergy, is because of this, the Grace of Hunters. So, when you have 2 Glorians deployed in your team, the Grace of Hunters will apply to everybody within that team as well. The reason that everybody's going for Mystifiers is because of this particular skill right here. When dealing corrode damage, Mystifier synergy mates deal additional damage equal to 5% of max HP. I suggest getting this one, Bone Corruption, leveled up as quickly as you can, and getting this one, Grace of Hunters, leveled up as quickly as you can as well. For me, those are the 2 most important when passing through or when trying to get through stages, is to have that leveled up as much as you can. So let's go ahead and let's jump in with, I guess we could go with that one. These first ones here, again, Elmer, having him should be your priority. Also having Astrid on the team should be a priority as well. I think this is absolutely fine. Elmer, Audrey, Seraphina, Lancelot, and Mulan. Let's have a look here. Okay, so we've got the Sinful Band, increase the corrode stacks. We have Pursuit Dart, so allies launch an additional when dealing crit. We have the crit damage, and we have the increased damage as well. That will stack up very nicely. And you also have Undying Shield. Now, if I were going to change anything about this team, I would take out probably Mulan, and I would pop in Gaia. So we'll have to see how this boss plays. Again, I really want to use Gaia. I really want to use Gaia, especially in this team lineup. So having Audrey, Seraphina, Gaia, Mulan, and Elmer, or even potentially taking Elmer out and putting and putting Gaia in there. The reason for that is because the invincibility factor from those thorn binders as well. So let's try it with Elmer first. This team is perfectly viable, reasonably free to play. Audrey was released in the shop, what was it, a season ago. Seraphina's been out for ages. Mulan recently released in the shop, so you should have her up to around 7 stars if you have been collecting her shards. And Lancelot was available for free last season as well. So yeah, these units here, very powerful team indeed. So let's see, can I deploy one more? I think I can, so let's go ahead and deploy the Splash Axe as well. Because every time we do damage, we want to do as much damage as we possibly can. And if we can double the damage that we do, I think that's absolutely fine. Now, let's jump in and just see. So, we have jumped in now. Unfortunately, I had a bit of issue with battery and that my recording died. most of the way through the previous run, so I know how this goes, and unfortunately, it is what it is. Um, yeah, it is what it is. I will have to. Well, I'm gonna have to go through all of this, and funny enough, it turns out that we win, and I want you to pay close attention to Mulan, and I want you to pay close attention to Lancelot. So as you can see here, Lancelot has applied Phantom Illusion effect, and it is quite relevant, I would say, throughout the course of this match. The real MVP of this match would be not Elmer, but Seraphina. And really, it is the Glorians synergy, or the Hunters synergy, this season. So, as you can see, it doesn't look like we're doing altogether too much damage here, but the point is that we do get these attack and defense increases throughout the course of the battle from Seraphina, giving us massive boosts to attack and to defense. So really, really important for us to have those two Glorians, specifically to have Seraphina and specifically to have Audrey within the framework of the team here. So I suspect that you could probably replace Mulan. Potentially, you could probably replace Mulan, but I think this is absolutely fine. I don't think you can really replace Elmer. The fact that you take so much damage in that slot 1, it's so important. A lot of triggers there. But yes, it's so important for you to have Elmer in that slot 1. It looks like we're not taking very much damage at all, but we most definitely are. In the fact that Elmer cannot die, as long as there are other units available. And that's on the back row. So as long as back row are alive, Elmer won't die, and as long as Elmer is alive, back row won't die. That's the strategy here anyway. And to pump up your damage numbers, you include 2 Glorians. Now, bear with me. Let me just have a look here, see, and we can show off this Thornbinder synergy. So as you can see, I've got 3 Thornbinders within the team itself. So I've got Elmer, I've got Mulan, and I've got Lancelot. I do have 2 strikers in the form of Seraphina and of Mulan, and also we have the Mystifier's synergy, which at the start of battle applies 1 stack of corrode, but the primary thing here is the bone corruption. So have a look. When dealing corrode damage, Mystifier synergy mates deal an additional damage equal to 5% of max HP. That's really important. It's really, really important that you get that up. That's why I've maxed it out. And then the same is true of this Hunter synergy here. So 40% of the damage, healing received is converted into defense, and 40% of healing received is converted into attack. The higher you can get that, the quicker that you'll build up and the more damage that you will do. Now again, it looks like we're not doing too much damage here, but each one of these has 25 stacks of corrode. It's not going to be super effective, but we do want to apply as much corrode as we possibly can. And also the burn effect being applied as well. It's so important to pass through. Now, I did show it off at the very start. It is the Sinful Band. The Sinful Band, the Mystifier's artifact, that is really, really important in beating this boss. Just to have that. The Pursuit Dart as well, also very, very important because we do get the double ults off and the double strikes here effectively. So every time we do crit damage, we will get multiple strikes. That includes Mulan's follow-up attacks, and also for Lancelot as well, to apply that corrode stack. Now this boss will do as much damage as he wants to Elmer. Really, really important to have Elmer in this slot 1. So that whatever damage the boss does, as we read at the start, the boss will do tremendous amounts of damage to this slot 1. And there's no other unit in the game that's going to survive that slot 1. Not really. You might have other units that can potentially cover it. And as well, something to take into consideration, swapping Audrey and Seraphina. This slot 2 doesn't really get targeted at all. So you can move Audrey into this back slot so she applies burn as well to this boss. That burn mechanic is so valuable. It's really important. We do also apply the corrode stacks, and these enemies are losing 1 HP per corrode stack that has been applied. That can only be applied once per round as well. So just having units like Lancelot and like Mulan, who will apply multiple stacks of corrode when they attack, will reduce these enemies down here. But really, we're looking to apply as much burn and as much corrode as possible. So as you can see, 12 stacks of corrode, 21 stacks of corrode for the boss, and 5 stacks of burn as well. Now, I don't believe there's sort of a maximum upper limit. I think you can get to 25 stacks of burn for on the boss itself, and that's just a limitation of the burn mechanic. And then the corrode stacks, I believe we can go up to 25 stacks of corrode per enemy. So as you can see, yeah, boss has 21 currently. And we are also applying hindrance as well. Getting that hindrance, it just means that enemies cannot gain buffs. So yeah, lots of damage there to the enemy boss from corrode. And that is thanks to Lancelot and thanks to Mulan, but primarily Lancelot, because of the 200% increase in damage dealt by corrode. So as you can see, Elmer not even scratching the surface. I mean, it's doing 416 million. It's not a lot. It's not a lot compared to how much we can potentially do as well. So Vital Drain is applied to enemies here from Audrey. Unfortunately, it looks like it's... well, actually, no, it's only Audrey and Elmer who are gaining this attack still. So the attack and defense still, buffing themselves up as much as they possibly can. Looks like the back row have already applied or gone up as high as they can go damage-wise. So they're up to that additional 250 million attack and 250 million defense. Yeah, so the rest of them, when Seraphina healed, they didn't gain any additional attack, which means that they're already up to the max, effectively. So we are applying that hindrance, and Mulan here still she's doing 2,000 million. Lancelot to do 15,000 million. And battery saver there. Hold on. Let's just turn this on. Hopefully, we won't run out of battery before we manage to finish the recording. It is what it is. Unfortunately, plugging the headset in does mean that I cannot also keep things going with regards to battery. So it is what it is. Just trying to get this sorted out as quickly as I can. And again, Audrey's still building up. She doesn't bear altogether too much, so you can take Audrey out and potentially add in another Glorians unit. But I think the Celestials, the 4 Celestials, getting the increase of, I think it's 20%, 20% attack or increased damage, and I think it's up to, was it 80% resistance, damage resistance? Let's have a quick check. For Celestials, start battle, yeah, so crit rate by 15 and attack by 100% for the allied team. So we do get, because we have 4 Celestials in here, we do also get an attack increase of 100% as well. Very important. The Striker's synergy increasing Mulan's attack and also increasing Seraphina's attack. And it is actually, funny enough, it is Lancelot who does the most damage to this enemy boss. Yeah, like I said, if we don't have Elmer in here, then we do lose, I think. It is what it is. So again, we have the healing vase in there, and that is to increase our attack as much as possible and increase the decrease heal rate for the enemy. We have Blades of Chaos, which will apply an attack increase, but also apply Holy Shield as well. So that front slot will never really truly be in any danger. So I think switching Seraphina and Audrey round just to get the additional stacks of burn applied is very powerful indeed. And now we are coming to effectively quite close to the end of the run here. I think we get up to, I think it's 20 rounds, around there anyway. So plenty of time left as well, so something to keep in mind, that with this team, even if you've got lower star levels, I think it's much more effective. And Lancelot, again, applying the Phantom Illusion effect, it is what it is. It doesn't do altogether too much for the enemy team to have one of these guys miss him, because they don't apply that damage reduction to the boss. But again, it is what it is. So we are fully built up here, with thanks to Seraphina providing that healing. I mean, even Elmer's getting a lot of damage in. Unfortunately, follow-up attacks from Mulan, it is what it is. But even so, Audrey up to 3,000 million attack, and we'll just see how much damage we do with Mulan as well, with thanks to that Striker's synergy. So as you can see, not as much as Audrey, but it's the burn and it's the corrode. Again, Lancelot, truly MVP, I think. Well, no, Seraphina is MVP, but Lancelot is the one that does the most damage. Absolutely. So as you can see, I think it's what, 2 more rounds here, 2 more rounds to go, and I'm gonna have to cut, so it might be a bit of an awkward cut, but again, I think that should be absolutely fine. Just watching, I do review all of the stats as well later on, so you'll get a full view of how much damage the boss has taken, and how much each of our respective units will do as well. So that is enemy down. Hopefully we can apply another Phantom Illusion effect at some point, but as you can see, all those corrode stacks paying off, and the boss still has 23 stacks of corrode, 5 stacks of burn, something along those lines. We do get the attack increase as well from the Holy Shields, just to keep our team safe and alive, or specifically to keep Audrey safe and alive. But again, we're reducing the enemy's attack so they can't kill us. And I think this is when we get into round 20 and the corrode stack does apply, that's when we'll see this boss go down. And we'll cut into the intro. Yeah, just one more. It is what it is. Yes, we did apply that Phantom Illusion effect again. Boss does heal up for quite a high percentage, but not enough. So I'll see you soon. There we go. So after some nifty editing by me, that's your victory right there. So let's have a quick check-in. Looks like Lancelot and Mulan to do the most overall damage to the boss. Let's have a look at how much damage he has taken. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5,000 million, something along those lines. But yes, let's have a look at the corrode damage as well. So not too much corrode damage. It looks like more that Lancelot and Mulan have done the most here, and I think it's a very viable team setup to have Lancelot and to have Mulan in there, even at 7 stars. I think that'll be absolutely fine. I mean, we finished it in what, 20 rounds. There was still 10 more rounds to go. The key really to any of these tough matches this season is probably to have Seraphina and potentially Audrey or another Glorians unit within the actual framework of your team. Just have 2 Glorians on the team, and your entire team will get the Void Hunters synergy. So for me, again, that is how you beat it. As you can see, we've cleared Nightmare 100 now. So let's go back to here. Back to Nightmare. I was kind of hoping to not win in that one, but we have you, and the reason for that is because I wanted to try it with all non-D units. I got a comment on the previous video just to say you know, can you try with all non-DD units? But it is what it is. Now out of this ticket, I'm gonna wait. I could probably get Nyx up to 5 stars, but I am gonna wait just to see. I think I can get Seraphina up. How many copies of Seraphina do I have? I think I could level her up to 5 stars. I think she's going to be needed. Sorry, at 5 stars, at 10 stars. Yeah, I've already got a copy of her here. So I think I will be picking up a copy of Seraphina there. But again, if you want to subscribe, sorry, I've not even had my camera on. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you'll get all of Hell difficulty as well. So we're going to take it probably, you know, 1 through to 5, and then so on and so forth, all the way through for the next 17 days as it stands from here. So thanks very much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day, and yeah, let me know how it's gone.